Hello everybody, Jerome Wright here. And once again, you're joining me on my Jerome Wright YouTube channel here on YouTube. Okay, I have a painting up here of a thoroughbred horse. Okay, I would like to believe that this horse is that of from the Arabian continent, from Arab or Arab, because it's actually on an Arabic site. When you Google this name, it's called Godolpharab. It's Godolpharab. Okay, Godolpharab. Alright, and it reminds me of being something like divine because it has God and it has like a dolphin, and meaning dolphin, and then it has Arab. Okay, Godolpharab. Now, why would dolphin be in there? Well, there's fish in this image, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So that would be one reason. And why would God's name be mentioned in there? Well, because this is a divine intervention, in it, so to speak. Because this image is implying a genetic exchange between this horse and this man that is depicted. The implications of old genetic stones, building blocks of genetic life forms. This guy leaning on the cauldron, like telling you new genetics being created. He's controlling them now. That's why he's leaning on it like he's in charge. I've seen this over and over again. In the Lost Book of Nostradamus, those collars, those pillars, where the heads are on top of them, you have a king, a monk, and then a hand coming down off of one. All right, the same image there. I'm sure you guys seen that image before. When I see this image, when I'm drawn to it, I knew automatically. I was looking for thoroughbred horses, and I know that the horse is a genetic contributor to mankind's being. The horse is a spin-off of the ancient creatures from which we evolved. The horse is the dinosaur from which we came. Those genes of that being is contributing to who we are. Those that know this, that practice these cult-like rituals that calls for the genetic manipulation of mankind, know that every so many hundreds or thousands of years, we can go back into this creature and extract those genes and do the process all over again. This is why this beast is so symbolic in a lot of ancient history and mention. The half horse, half men, and all of that, all of these things are informations based on genetic bridging and genetic manipulation of mankind, where this creature genetically contributed to that change. I'm going to break this photo down for you, and I'm going to go into showing you some other things. First, notice that the horse does not have no penis. When you Google the image, you can Google this image. You can Google thoroughbred horses too, people. Thoroughbred horses. Then scroll down the page, and this image is there. And when you go to the official site, it's all in Arab. All right. So, or you can just Google the name that I said, Godolpharab, Godolpharab, and that'll get you there to this image to see what I'm showing you. The horse penis is not there. It's like a shadow. What is there, if you go there, is where the horse testicles should be. There's a green face of a woman. Her chin, her mouth, her nose, and her eye. Right there. Chin, mouth, eye, and nose. Witch-like woman, who I dub as the mother of creation. I.e. Medusa, Madonna. She's all of them wrapped up into one. If I know who this woman is. Wherever she's at, I'm drawn. Over here, you'll see morphine other images, one of which is the ape down there. Meaning, this creature is implying bridged over black. That's what this means. Over African, over ape, an ancient rooted gene. meaning that's what that is implying. Now, this is in the shadows, in the dark area. So when you go there, look at those faces. You'll see morphine, multi-dimensional faces. I see 3 from here. You'll probably see more. You may only see 1. You may not see none at all. But I'm telling you, there's faces there where this horse's dick belongs. So, normally I'm used to seeing horses' genitals hanging down. So where are they at? Well, they're right here in your face. The horse's dick is not here. The horse's dick is telling, the horse is telling you that he put his dick over here to this guy. Genetically, he put his semen over there. So you can't show no stream of semen shooting from the sperm, shooting from the horse to this guy's face and in his mouth, or the horse's dick in this guy's mouth. So what do? They make an implication of it. Look at the guy's foot down here. His legs are crossed over. This will be his left leg. At the left leg, you will see the image of the horse's dick, the head and all, as if you would see a horse's skin pulled back on his dick. Penis, people. Let me see where. I'm going to bring this in closer so you can see this with me. I'm going to try to get that right there. Right here is the head. And this is why the horse, that's why that area is so shiny. There's the helmet part, and the rest of the man's ankle, his boot creates the horse's dick. Telling you that this creature, so to speak, shot his load, his wad, into this guy. Now, also, that same witch-like woman who's the mother of creation, if you look at the foot here on this is the right leg, or the right shoe. This creates her chin. Her mouth is there. There's her nose. There's her left eye, and there's her right. There's the face of a witch-like woman right there on the man's shoe. So you have the dick, and then you have the witch. The mother of creation, genes, genetics, that this creature calls for a change with, beginning with that of ape and African right here. And there's the image of the ape. Hold on. See if I can get that in. It's hard. I know it's hard for you to see, but if you Google the image and download it, you will see the image of the ape, the woman right here, implying the genes that this horse was bridged over and how they got over here. Now I'm gonna there's more to this, people. There's more. It just doesn't end there. However, since I'm here, go to the horse's tail. Now you probably can't see this. I don't know how good this image is going to be. I wish I could have drawn this out for you. The horse's tail is blown, so to speak. Oh, I don't put an eraser mark on my TV there. The horse's tail is blown. Go to the bottom strand. Right here, closest to the body, this strand. Follow this hair all the way down. Right there. It curves around into a chin. Then there's a lip. This horse's hair trails around and becomes a chin. There's lips right there. There's a nose. And then this top piece coming around from the horse on the top piece of the horse. There's the forehead, there's an eye, and there's a nose. These lines create the face of a being. Now I'm going to try to get that in as close as possible for you to see. Now, I'm getting a glare over here, so I don't know if you're able to see this. Let me take some of that light out. Now, I don't know if I won't be able to know if you can see this until after the video. The horse's tail comes around. I'm at the chin right here. My fingertip is at the lips. There's the parting for the lip. I mean, there's a lip there, people. The bottom lip. There's the separation for the mouth. There's the nose area. Here's the forehead, and the eye is right here. Here's the cheekbone. It creates a mutation. The face of a mutation created by the chemistry of this genetic intervention with this creature. It's right there in the tail. Alright. So, at the horse, we have a mutation, the face of a mutation, one of our ancestors right there at the horse. At the crotch of the horse, we have the implied genes that's being altered. I know which they are. I know what the mother of creation represents, and I know what the ape represents. So I know what's being implied there. So now I'm gonna back off, and I'm gonna bring up another image. Okay. The man's legs crossed. I'm gonna go into the next slide. Okay. The only thing is, let me see if I can get that. I can't get this to go up. That's the only problem with this. All right, I might have to back out of this. I'm gonna escape and try to go smaller with this. Can I get this to adjust up? Alright, I don't think that, because what I want to show you here, I don't think that, alright, I gotta go back large, I guess. Oh, okay, maybe I take that down. I'm gonna go back large again. Pause it. Okay, we'll go there because you'll get the idea. I just want to put you on what we're dealing with here. I turned the image sideways. Now I don't know what you're going to be seeing until this video is done. So I keep putting my head there to try to. First of all, there's an implication of fish here. What you can notice is here. The man's trousers and the way his tassel, the man's trousers and his legs cross this way creates a fish. This whole red portion creates a fish. The way his legs cross over and come back creates the tail of the fish. But not so much the tail. You know what they create at his feet and crossed over? His legs are crossed over. Creates the claspers of that of a fish, like on a shark. The reproductive organ, the claspers. His shoes in this direction dubs as the claspers on a fish. Now, here where his crotch is, you will see the eye of the fish right there where his crotch is, right there. There's the oval shape of the eye and that of the fish right here. His tasseling that's tied around his waist comes down, creates the lips of the fish. The top and then the bottom. And then this part here identifies the fish. Now, there's more to be realized than that. His clothing here acts in. And you know what this creates? You ever notice the underbelly portion of a whale up by his mouth? It creates those, like those lines, almost like an accordion lines. This is creating that of the whale. You know, underneath the line, the whale, all of those lines up underneath his chin area. That's what this is creating. This man is cloaked in the genes showing you of that of the whale and that of the fish, and showing them bled together. Where you can realize what I'm stating is reality is follow this. Follow my finger, people. On this portion, can I bring this in closer? I'm going to try to get this in closer for you. I hope that you guys will be able to see this. On his clothing tail, come all the way down to the point, and at the end, you will see there's an eye of a serpent right there, of an eel-like creature, and his leg right here on the side. It creates the head of an eel-like fish right there, showing you that this creature, and all of these genetics created that creature, the head of a serpent, right there where my finger's at. On this side of this man, all you have to do is come down, and it shows you the genetics of the horse, the genetics of the whale, the genetics of the fish, all together in one, and it shows you the mutation of the creature. This creature here, this eel-like creature, even has the separating lines for the head, like you would imagine a fish right there, and then there's the mouth, there's the eye right there, showing you exactly what is being created in this cauldron like way. Now there's other things there. There's other things there as well, people. You look in here, you will see a creature as well. These genes created here. I don't know how old this painting is. It's symbolic of the messages that is always being stated. I knew that this was implying that he was wearing this man. That's why this man looks shabby. That he's wearing these clothing. Because if you go to Leonardo da Vinci's prisoner painting, where the man is carrying the stick, it's the same implication with almost the identical same creatures hanging off the man. He's wearing them, and these genes are like melting off of a prisoner, a carrier of these genetics. I'm going to back out of this, and I'm going to show you some other things. Let me go back first. Now, let me back off. I'm going to show you something about these images now that I showed you that. Now, we all know that these horses appear everywhere. Horses, donkeys, camels. It's my position that I can do this with practically every famous painting globally that is making the same similar implication, showing us how mankind had genetically been contaminated genetically and manipulated in a cult-like way, crossbred with these animals as the way these creatures were created and crossbred. Breeding of mankind with that of animals. That's the big secret to all these ancient secret societies, to all of these ancient groups, to all of ancient religion and all of ancient royalty. It's about who you genetically are. And contamination of genes. Notice this cauldron-like box here, this pillar. You see that, like that cylindrical object? I found several other pictures just in my looking just real quick. But notice how there's a similar image tree to the same exact scenario that I just now showed you. Watch this. Look at the horse. Beautiful stallion, black horse. Look at the white dog. Look at the Arabian looking fellow there. Look at this, the pillar in the background right here. I'm going to go again. Look at the woman leading the horse. Remember the white dog in the other image? Look at the white horse here, the man on the horse. Look at the man leading the horse. Look at the cauldron here, sitting on top of the pillar. See that? Can you see it? Or do I need to? Maybe I can bring it in. I'll bring it in. Enlarge it for a minute. Hold on. Pause. Oh, I lost it. Okay, I went to the next image though. Look at this here. Again. Check this out, people. Notice the white horse in the background. Rider. Look at the thoroughbred. There's the cauldron-like flask here. A man taking water out of there. You see that? Implying everything that's being created, they're drinking. See that? The connection between all of this is that pillar. That Greek style, Roman-like style pillar right there. You see that, people? Let me see if we got another one. Can I escape? See if we got another one here. Well, hold on. I can take it up. All right, hold on. You see it's smaller there. I can go backwards. Let me see if I can get it to go up. Pause. Back. See the woman? The pillow, the man, the pillow, he looks like a woman, that's what I'm calling him. See how this is so similar, people? You have different color horses, or either they'll do it with the dog, either the white dog, or see the background. You see that, people? That a bridge between white and black, that's what is being implied here. Let me take this down. Take the image down. You see that? This guy in between, and then the column over here. These are different images from different times, but yet has the same message. How's that? I'm going to go back again. And here we have it again. The horse between the pillar. The cauldron represents the cauldron. Look, the white dog here, and then the man. You see that? Let's go back again. Oops. Back. 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 And I'm going to go back to my original. Pause. Okay. And then here we are back here at the image that I'm stating, and have shown you that this man has the image, the embodiment showing that he's embodied he's wearing the genetics of this beast, of the whale, of the fish, of reptilian, all in one. This man is a carrier of these genes. And he's in control of them in his body. You know, this might sound foolish and might sound crazy at the time, people. But you know, you have to wonder, how can I come up with such an amazing find, an amazing discovery, and be so consistent? I have 200 plus videos here on YouTube, and these innuendos of what I'm finding within these artists' artwork are all consistent of each other. Everything that I am finding is showing how genetics originated off the continent of Africa, and how each civilization of people came to be, and then how finally we get to our Caucasian counterparts, and how they are now going back full circle and refortifying those the efforts and the attempts of what they did in those changes. And each time in a crossover, the genes that are existing are being destroyed, being taken out, being extracted, driven to the point of extinction. All across the globe, ancient Egypt, ancient Ekawah, even ancient Africa, for what wasn't destroyed already, ancient Arab, ancient Iraqi, ancient Sumerian, ancient everything, ancient China, ancient Japan, they all are implying the same exact thing. These people knew who they genetically were, how they genetically came to be, and how they could intervene with the genetics of that of animals and change their genetic being in doing so. What's scary about this is a lot of it is going out now on TV and today in music. If you haven't seen my videos about Kanye West, about Jay-Z and Beyonce, about a lot of other videos out there, the Thick character, there's a lot of people out there that's making these implications in their video. Robin Thicke, I mean, these people are implying in their videos, in this art form, the same exact message being played to you in music videos, what I'm showing you here, being played to you in TV televised commercials. Your kids' cartoons have this in it. Walt Disney is at the kingpin of this shit. All an ancient rooted religion. You go to church, you go, I mean, everything is being implied. Ancient Rome is contaminated, is saturated with this. St. Peter's Basilica, the Sistine Chapel up in the ceilings, all of this. I can go through there, people, and bring you through there with a camera and point shit out like this all throughout the ceilings. Michelangelo's work and the three artists before him, I forget their names, they escape me right now, but I can go do this through the whole Sistine Chapel ceiling. You know why? Because this was never about God and religion and about a divine beings or beings and angels in the sense that you want to believe them to be. It was always about who people genetically were, who our ancestors genetically was. Nothing meant more to them except for who they genetically were. Now, stop in that sentence. Who, look at in this world today, who values and protects bloodlines? Ancient rooted royalty protects their bloodline at all costs. Look at ancient rooted religion. They do so through supposedly celibacy, where they're not supposed to be having sex at all. Protected. Another protection on that with ancient rooted religion and ancient rooted royalty is that they have their own fields of medicine and medical fields. They don't even have to go through the traditions of giving an autopsy the way you and I do to go through a hospital, which they probably control as well too. But yet they control our system. You let something abnormal come up in your blood, you'll never know about it, but they will. But you can't know about theirs. Their medical fields are protected. A pope dies, his body goes off, and nobody never knows what he died from, because he never had a traditional autopsy. Same thing with kingships and queenships. The same exact thing. But yet they have a hand in who we are. If a pope called to the hospital had an interest in your blood or in your work, or any king or queen, they can get that information. But you can't do the same for them. But yet your contributions is what keep these peoples afloat. It's sickening. It's sickening. This stuff is all through all artwork. I don't care what, the more famous it is, I can do this too. This horse and this man were genetically crossed over each other. And this man is telling you at this point what genes he has. There will be other paintings that would tell, paintings before this time, which would tell what happened before that, where these genes came from. And then there would be paintings before that would tell where those genes came from. This is a representation of a holy grail, people, and who you genetically are and genetically came to be. Each civilization of people have their genetic record kept like this. The ancient stones, the ancient glyphs, petroglyphs, stone glyphs, all of that stuff, even ancient Egypt, can be read in this way. This is why I get upset with people such as Zawi Hawass, who's in charge of the antiquities over in Egypt. He doesn't even know the genetic roots of his own people, and I can come in there and show him. Then you have ancient alien theorists coming across and telling that it must be ancient aliens coming in and doing all of this. When you have artists boasting in paintings like this who we are. This is not the work of no aliens. This is the work of people that have the knowledge of what is going on. This is why I'm telling you that first, religion has contaminated our minds. Religion controls science, medicine, and everything, because even presidencies and everything, if you have a person in power, they are governed by their faith and belief in their God. Their God is dedicated to the behind the scenes of what is going on in this, and genetic bridging. This is what religion is all about. I don't care what you are. I don't care if you're Catholic, if you're Hindu. I don't care what you are. If you're atheist, or if you're into devil worship, Satanism. It all is based on genetic bridging and who you identifies you with who you genetically are. It all comes full circle to this. Everything in existence. I don't care who you are. I can take a king. I can take a queen. Bloodlines of King Arthur. The bloodlines of Constantine from Rome. They're all described in the arts that they created. Then you go and look at people like that commissioned to have artwork done, and which is going on today. It reminds me of Kanye West. He just did the bag for Kim Kardashian. This guy has an idea of who he genetically is. So what he goes and does, he commissioned this Kondo character to put this painting on a bag. Look at Michael Jackson. What we think is called his bizarre artwork. Look at Google Michael Jackson's art collection. He's stating the same exact thing as what you see in similar here. These people have been exposed to knowing who they genetically are, and they take it to their higher and divine level. And most of them end up dead in the long run before their time, because they get too big for their own good and don't realize that they're stepping on the toes of something that they have no idea of, and these people don't have no problem with killing them. Or make sure that their plane goes down over the Atlantic Ocean or one of the Caribbean island oceans or something while they're out vacationing. This people is a problem. My name is Jerome Wright. You're watching my Jerome Wright channel. And I'm going to end this video there. Please see my other videos. Thank you. Godolpharab. Alright? And it reminds me of being something like divine because it has God and it has like a dolphin, and meaning dolphin, and then it has Arab. Okay? Godolpharab. Now, why would dolphin be in there? Well, there's fish in this image, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So that would be one reason. And why would God's name be mentioned in there? Well, because this is a divine intervention in it, so to speak. Because this image is implying a genetic exchange between this horse and this man that is depicted. The implications of old genetic stones, building blocks of genetic life forms. This guy leaning on the cauldron, like telling you new genetics being created. He's controlling them now. That's why he's leaning on it like he's in charge. I've seen this over and over again. In the Lost Book of Nostradamus, those collars, those pillars, where the heads are on top of them. You have a king, a monk, and then a hand coming down off of one. All right, the same image there. I'm sure you guys seen that image before. When I see this image, when I'm drawn to it, I knew automatically. I was looking for thoroughbred horses, and I know that the horse is a genetic contributor to mankind's being. The horse is a spin-off of the ancient creatures from which we evolved. The horse is the dinosaur from which we came. Hello everybody, Jerome Wright here. And once again, you're joining me on my Jerome Wright YouTube channel. Here on YouTube. Okay, I have a painting up here of a thoroughbred horse. Okay. I would like to believe that this horse is that of from the Arabian continent, from Arab, or Arab, because it's actually on an Arabic site. When you Google this name, it's called Godolpharab. It's Godolpharab. Okay. Those genes of that being is contributing to who we are. Those that know this, that practice these cult-like rituals that calls for the genetic manipulation of mankind, know that every so many hundreds or thousands of years, we can go back into this creature and extract those genes and do the process all over again. This is why this beast is so symbolic in a lot of ancient history and mentioned. The half horse, half men, and all of that, all of these things are informations based on genetic bridging and genetic manipulation of mankind, where this creature genetically contributed to that change. I'm going to break this photo down for you, and I'm going to go into showing you some other things. First, notice that the horse does not have no penis when you Google the image. You can Google this image. You can Google thoroughbred horses too, people. Thoroughbred horses, then scroll down the page and this image is there. And when you go to the official site, it's all in Arab. Alright? So, or you can just Google the name that I said, Godolpharab, Godolpharab. And that'll get you there to this image to see what I'm showing you. The horse penis is not there. It's like a shadow. What is there, if you go there, is where the horse testicles should be. There's a green